Speaking of which, where are you from, Zoe?
Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn in the house.
Yeah.
Prospect Park.
Yeah, sure. Represent.
Sunset Park.
Yep, near Sunset Park.
Kiwanis.
Sure, yeah.
Well, I'm just
Actually,
listening.
it's interesting. Those are two kind of obscure Brooklyn references. And
Which one?
Both Sunset Park and Gowanus.
I had a friend that lived in Sunset Park.
It's so funny. I grew up kind of between Sunset Park and Gowanus, which is funny that you.
What's
you
that?
mentioned.
Park Slope?
Yeah, my mom called it Park Slip. We were like on the edge. We were on the edge of glory.
Williamsburg adjacent,
Yeah,
if they say in the industry.
It was Park Slope adjacent.
What were you like as a kid in Brooklyn? I feel like if I
was very scared.
That's what I was just gonna say. I feel like if I grew up in Brooklyn, I could be in like a gang right now.
Yeah.
That's what like you were around like the Jay-Z's of the world and stuff. I mean, you're younger than Jay-Z. I think,
wasn't around Jay-Z's. I wish I was around the Jay-Z's of the world.
Because that was like Bedford Stuyvesant that they grew up.
Stuyvesant, but I like how you said that. Stuyvesant. That's adorable.
That's right.
that's very.
I still call it Houston Street. Bring it.
Yeah, he lived in, I think, the Marcy Projects.
Oh, sure.
I lived in a neighborhood that was not great, but
probably now is really great, right?
Now is, yeah. My parents, my mom rented. She couldn't really afford to buy a place, so we actually had to move when I was 16 because rents just like skyrocketed.
That's crazy.
So yeah. So now it's super gentrified, but in the 80s it was not at all, and pretty dangerous.
So how did you were scared? What, did you just stay in a lot, basically?
No. I mean, you just had to have street smarts.
Oh, like you knew how to a butterfly knife?
I had a butterfly knife.
Back to, not to get too far off track, your street smarts.
Street smarts.
I have no street smarts.
Well, I guess it's just, and it's actually something that I'm trying to like shed as an adult, but I think it's just like constantly knowing that your life is in danger.
Oh, sure.
Not like knowing, but like constantly just having that sort of sense of like having eyes around you and just keeping your eye out for any sort of potential dangerous situations.
Yeah, I definitely do not have that.
Yeah, well, I bet you do. I think everyone has it, inherently. It's a muscle that you learn to flex a little more depending on your childhood. But it's also like a muscle that then kind of like screws you up because now like I'm in therapy and she's like, you got to let go of that. You got to relax that muscle. Like your life is great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody's out to get you.
So wait, you're in Brooklyn. Are you taking the train places? Are you playing in, this is what I picture. Are you taking the trains places? You're playing in fire hydrants in the streets. What are you doing?
It's like you're picturing like a do the right thing kind of situation.
The whackness? I don't know.
The whackness.
Did you see that movie?
Yeah, I saw that movie. I had to take the train I took a school bus to my elementary school, which was in Boerum
Stands
Hill.
to reason.
That school bus also was scary.
Oh, geez. See, I don't know what to picture right now. I have like
Dangerous Minds. No, it wasn't like that.
I have like this conceptual vision of what's going on in your childhood right now.
It was just we would go by a school that I don't know why they would always mess with our school bus whenever we'd pick up kids from their school. So they'd always like throw rocks, and it was like always like scary.
I'm scared.
And then like walking home from the bus to my house, so I always felt a little nervous. But then in high school, I had to take a bus to a subway to get to school.
Okay, but like for your free time, are you allowed to walk around? Like for me, I would bike to the park or something.
Yeah.
Are you doing that, or are you too nervous to do that?
Yeah, well, Park Slope proper was like pretty cush.
Oh, okay. So it always was.
Yeah, it was. It was always a pretty like upper to middle class neighborhood. And there's beautiful park, Prospect Park. So my friends all lived in Park Slope proper. So I would always hang at their houses.
Gotcha.
And sometimes people come hang at my house, but
as a last resort.
It was mostly because my mom was so cool, and so like we would have like parties at my house.
Sure.
Yeah.
You mentioned Prospect Park was nice. I always thought Prospect Park was like shadier than Griffith Park. Like,
oh no, Prospect Park is beautiful.
Prostitutes and drug dealers and things like. Really?
Well, I mean, in the 80s, you wouldn't go there at night. I still wouldn't go there at night, but during the day it was beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the guy who designed it is the same guy who designed Central Park, and he said that it was his superior park to Central Park.
Wow.
It's a really amazing park.
Yeah, I spent a 4th of July in there for a little bit one year.
Yeah, were there prostitutes?
No, it was during the day, so we were clean.
Okay.